How's it going, guys? CB7 here, and today I'm going to be doing a player review on Man of the Match Marlos. And also, I did upload another video today. It was on basically information about Team of the Knockout stage, since it was not released on Friday. Basically, a lot of people are wondering what's going to happen with that and if EA are going to release that. So if you want to know any information about that, then I really recommend go checking out that video. The link to that will be in the description. And basically, guys, before I get into this video, if you are new to the channel and you enjoy the video, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. But yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get on to the video. Now, basically, a bunch of Man of the Match cards were released on Friday. A lot of people were expecting Team of the Knockout stage to be released on Friday, but unfortunately, it wasn't, and EA just decided to release these Man of the Match cards. Now, out of those cards, a lot of them were very good, but a lot of them were very expensive as well, except for Man of the Match Marlos. He is pretty high rated, and he really wasn't that much expensive, which is why I decided to review him. So basically, Man of the Match Marlos is an 87 rated right mid from the Ukrainian league. He's 5'9", he has medium work rates, and he has 3-star weak foot and 5-star skill moves. Now, I did pick this card up for around 68,000 coins, and his price really hasn't changed since I bought him, and you could probably pick him up for around 65,000 to 70,000 coins at the moment. Now onto his in-game stats. His most standout stats would have to be 96 agility, 93 short passing, and 92 ball control. Now, in my opinion, I feel for this card, the standout pros are this guy's agility, his passing in general, his stamina, and also his skill moves. Now, you may have noticed that I didn't mention that any of his pace or shooting stats were standout pros. Now, basically, his pace was really good, but I use a lot of pacey players that are a lot faster than this guy, but in reality, this guy's pace is very good. I'm not saying it's bad or anything like that, but I just have used more pacey players. And for his shooting, I didn't really get the best chance to try out his shooting, really. And I'll explain that more when I actually explain the pros. And basically, guys, as I've done in many past player reviews, I did play this guy in the right forward position just so I would get more clips out of him to show you guys. Now, basically, this guy's agility was very good, and since he's also very small as well, and his dribbling is also very good as well, this basically meant that it was very easy to get around my opponent's players, and it was very hard for my opponents to get the ball off of this guy just for how easy he was able to maneuver away from them. He does have great pace, and I feel his agility makes him even harder to catch. Now onto this guy's passing. It is something that I really want to highlight about this card. This guy's passing was absolutely incredible. He made a lot of good long passes, short passes, and over-the-top through balls. And I know there are a lot of good passers of the ball on this game that do play in the left mid and right mid position, but this guy was just something else, honestly. He was so good at setting up other attacking players on my team to attack my opponent's nets. And I really feel that I have never used a player in his position or a position related to this position that has had better passing than this guy. Now, basically, this guy didn't get the most shots off on goal, but his passing did make him a very good card to use because he did set a lot of my players up on my team. I didn't really think that I could get into the best positions to get a shot off, and most of the time, his shooting was okay. I'm not saying his shooting was spectacular, but I really feel that this guy's passing redeems sort of his shooting spectrum for this card. Yeah, I don't really know if I worded that correctly, but nevertheless, let's get on to the next pro. The next pro on this card is this guy's stamina. Now, I know I've said this in a lot of past player reviews, and I think people are getting tired of me saying it, but I do really enjoy players on the wings to have good stamina, and this guy's stamina was really good, and he always had so much energy throughout the game. He never got tired, and he always kept on running, and he could always make great plays, always to the end of the game. And the final standout pro on this card is this guy's skill moves. Now, if you do skills, this guy is the card for you because he does have pretty good pace, great dribbling, and great skills as well. So if you just want to go on some mad skill runs, you could definitely do that with this card. Now onto the standout cons of this card. The first standout con is this guy's strength. Normally, with short players and pacey players, they don't normally have the best strength, and this guy's strength wasn't any different. Now, as I mentioned before, he does have pretty decent pace, but his pace doesn't really make up for the lack of strength. He can very easily dribble away from people and outpace other players, but when he gets caught on the ball, yeah, it's just game over. He just completely gets out-muscled. But his strength is 68, so you can't really expect much, but I really felt that his strength was a standout con. The next standout con on this card is this guy's weak foot. Now, I mentioned before that I do like cutting in with my winger cards and taking a shot with them, which basically means that Marlos would benefit me because I am cutting in with him and I'm shooting with his left, which is his dominant foot. But basically, if you are playing him on the right mid and you just purely want to use him to make good crosses into the box, it won't really be the best because he is left-footed, and if you're playing him on that side, he's most normally going to cross the ball in with his right foot. And I really don't feel that his weak foot is the best, so I don't think you'd get the most out of him when you're doing this. Now on to the final standout con for this card. It is his league and his nation. It is basically impossible for you to fit this guy into any sort of squad. His nation isn't really the best. Unless you do have icons in your squad, then you can easily link him into your squad. And I don't really feel that people have a lot of teams that involve people from the Ukrainian league. So you can use this guy as a super sub, but I don't really feel that most people would be able to fit him into their squad. Now basically guys, if I had to give this guy a rating out of 10, I would give him a 7 out of 10. Now I know this may seem a bit low for all of the pros that I actually mentioned for this card, but frankly when I play players on the wings, I do like to take a lot of shots with them, and I couldn't really get a lot of shots off with Marlos. And also his pace is very good, don't get me wrong, but it's really not up to par for what I need, since I do like using players on the wings that do have at least 90 plus pace. And also there were some other cons that I did mention, which is why I did give this card a 7 out of 10. I feel that many of you would be able to find a way to use this guy more effectively than I do, and I feel that you would get a lot more out of them by doing this. But either way guys, if you do have the coins, I do recommend to go try this card out. But yeah guys, basically as I did mention at the start of the video, I did upload another video today on Team of the Knockout stage, basically telling you guys the information about Team of the Knockout stage and if EA will release it or if they won't. So if you want to check out that video, the link to that will be in the description. But yeah guys, if you did enjoy the video, I do really appreciate it if you guys would subscribe. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.